entrepreneur, someone who's a little bit more established. Then I start training them on trade readiness because without paying any duty.
Can you imagine? I know a lot of people probably not even know that such a thing exists. And the thing is, here in Nigeria, we have a lot of amazing products. But do you think, from your point of view, you reside abroad, from your point of view, do you think we're leveraging on going global in terms of what we already have and produce?
Not enough. I see some. But the more Nigerians are willing to embrace technology, which eliminates the borders between you and any other country, then you're able to actually do business freely without restrictions of borders. So geographical borders are eliminated when you use technology to grow your businesses. There are 7.6 billion people on this planet. Somebody needs what you are producing.
Exactly.
So this is the mindset shift that I'm trying to get across here. The U.S. will love to have some things that only can be produced here in Nigeria. The beautiful fabrics, cassava, for example. You know, there are just certain products that are not native to the U.S. And so those are the opportunities that I help people to recognize and then take them and sell them abroad.
So can you mention like one or two other products that you feel, oh, these things are very necessary, and if exported, then it would be of benefit to the exporters?
Well, think about all of the things that Nigeria produces that the rest of the world doesn't have, or in particular that cannot be grown in other places like the U.S. I mentioned a couple of them, but there are, like I said, a lot more. So the key is looking at what is produced exclusively here and capitalizing on that. Start with the U.S. Embassy to identify how you can find buyers who are already reputable, already vetted, so that you're not wasting your time sending samples abroad, wasting money. Maybe finding buyers that you know maybe
ready off-takers to take up whatever it is you're selling.
Exactly.
So that way you're even terminating the issue of losses, or at least reducing it to a very good extent.
Absolutely. So starting with the U.S. Embassy, that's the place where you want to go. Also going to trade shows. Those are a good way to build relationships in person with your potential buyers so that you can establish a rapport and a trusting relationship so that you can then export your products.
All right, and then also let's talk about the #1 rule for successful small businesses.
You know, this is going to sound cliche to some people, I'm sure, but it's resilience, because people give up too quickly.
I think so.
You know,
I totally agree with you.
Business is not meant to be easy. There's a reason that we have more employees than we do business owners. It's not for the faint at heart. It requires a certain type of diligence and persistence that some people just don't have. You know, if you think about all of these wildly successful entrepreneurs, they always have these stories of how they just had such devastating blows along the way. Some even to the point of being homeless, but they never gave up on their dream. This is the type of tenacity that every entrepreneur needs to have in order to build a sustainable business that's going to last for generations.
And do you think we're doing well in terms of, you know, moving from the first generation to the second generation? Is there a specific thing that you should do or put in mind when starting up your business?
I think so, because the thing that's key when you want to build a sustainable business from generation to generation is to build it so that it can outlast you. You know, you want to also be open to change and innovation, because the next generation is going to do business a lot differently than the previous generation. So if there's a family business, for example, it's completely a myth.
I mean, you have
yes, I have work for someone and maybe manage an organization within, which is very different